The group. Yeah, collectively. Destroy Lonely? I think Destroy Lonely might be falling off. Carti? I like Carti's new album, I ain't gonna lie. Matter of fact, let's talk about that, chat.
He waited 5 years just to give us AI recorded vocals is the #1 complaint right now among half of Playboi Carti's fanbase. However, if you ask the other half though, and according to Carti himself, there was no AI used during the making of his new album. So, who is actually telling the truth? And more importantly, does it even matter? Well,
so what do you think? Is it AI or is it not AI? Let me know in the chat as this video progresses. I'm thinking, I think this shit might be AI. He probably, maybe he even re-recorded it. That shit might be AI. Now that Kanye AI shit, that shit kind of garbage though. I ain't gonna lie.
As we begin to dive into the multiple examples being brought forward as proof, which all point back to this secret guy named Lawson. To help us get to the bottom of this AI mystery, I actually interviewed quite literally one of the biggest experts on this subject, who had this to say.
At this point, I'm like 100%. I put money on it that they're not real songs. If you make AI music or hear it or listen to it a lot, I guess you can point it out pretty well.
This is 507 Kaz, who, if you aren't aware, is also the voice and main creator behind the AI Playboi Carti rapper known as Twin.
You ever heard Twin? $139 mil? Jeez. Niggas like this shit? Who just dropped the album?
I seen it, wait at the bitch, I'ma fuck on her. That's go 646 on the bitch, I'ma fuck over. Your mic so dry, bitch, fuck that, roll over. She tricky, had a mice. My body gon' hold my price. 100K on my reef. That pussy was on bash. Had a man up for some shit. Burn new. For the cutting mud, hey, burn new.
Sound real to me.
At one point recently outstreaming OPM rapper Destroy Lonely thanks to Twin's viral hit Telescope, which, as it turns out, was created by using the exact same AI technique that Playboi Carti is said to be utilizing.
I just be joking the rest, cause stage got bags in there, we're gonna need them. I got my gang, we waiting outside, a bride don't care, we gonna eat them. Fuck all the hoes on dick, they be texting me like little bitch, I'm gonna feed them. I just be joking the rest, cause stage got bags in there, we're gonna need them. I got my gang, we waiting outside, a bride don't care, we gonna eat them. Fuck all the hoes on dick, they be texting me like little bitch, I'm gonna feed them.
I think people are...
Where do I get the filter? Where can a nigga like me get the AI filter? They getting mils. They get 100 mils. Fuck it. I volunteer as tribute. To be one of the niggas to start this shit. We'll do it on stream. I need somebody in the comments on YouTube to put me with the sauce. Might as well.
We're still under the impression that like they throw it into like some website and then it just makes the song based off like make a party song. I think they still think that, so no.
What you just heard was a snippet of Twin's song Monstrous off his new album, showing us exactly how they transform raw vocals to sound like Carti. And yes, by applying an AI Playboi Carti voice filter over his recorded vocals, Twin has literally released multiple projects full of AI songs, so it's safe to say he definitely has experience. And again, when I asked him, Twin believes Carti is 100% using AI.
Part of me wants to think that he just kind of like he saw Telescope and all the other stuff and just kind of want to like dip his toes in the water and see how lazy you can get. I think the way that he pronounces things is like a dead giveaway. In Twin's music, you can hear it too. It's like, I guess the vocal model can't mispronounce certain words like S's and kind of like kisses really bad, and you hear that really heavy in those songs.
Those songs that Twin is referring to from I Am Music are the two specific tracks Rather Lie and Fine Shit. As, according to Kirko, one of the most reputable music accounts on Twitter, who by the way also reported the release date of music first before anyone else, Playboi Carti's music is now the latest mainstream hip-hop release to incorporate AI vocals, reads this tweet only hours after the album, with tracks like Rather Lie and Fine.
Carti. Are you using AI, Carti? Because what I'm saying right here, the first nigga to put out when you were gonna drop, it's the first nigga to put out your shit is AI. It's lining up. It don't sound good, my nigga. It don't, my nigga. Sound bad. Like for what exactly? Why are you putting your voice in an AI filter, pussy? You can't mix it? AI mix better than humans?
Fine Shit. Ruined, typed back your age. Terrible, nothing can sugarcoat it. The deeper we go down this road, the darker it gets for real artistry. However, while the majority of Playboi Carti fans were disappointed by this tweet, even going as far as to label AI the worst thing to ever happen to music, immediately after Kirko's post though, I was told this isn't true, came this response from DJ Academics, respectfully.
Okay, DJ Academics is a tad bit credible. He was told it wasn't true, so he probably asked around. Nah, I wouldn't put that with 100%. Niggas could be lying. I don't know. Let's see what else.
But yet, Kirko stood his ground, doubling down on the AI rumors while also making fun of Academic's credibility and previous claims. But Justin Bieber and X are on the album, and Kendrick Lamar creative directed it, right? Kirko jokes.
Okay. I couldn't figure out a better song by him to play, but heard a song with him. I'm like, what the
However, a tweet is not concrete proof that Playboi Carti used AI, correct? Well, along with fans split down the middle on which side to believe, they're also split on their reaction.
Thank you for the follow, gangy little scraps. Welcome to the broadcast. Welcome to the community. Appreciate you, gang.
With some starting to warm up.
Right now, we're trying to figure out if I Am Music is AI or not. Is it or not? I don't know. We're getting down to it right now.
Up to AI's impressive revolution.
But when he sang, it actually sounded good. Now, is it AI? I'm not sure. Do I care? Not really. Good music is good music, and it's still emulated after Playboi Carti's voice.
I can't hate on them because they are really good songs. I feel like a lot of people are getting to that point too. They're like, at this point, I don't really care anymore. It's pretty good.
Although I think
it's like I don't really care either, but I am kind of pissed though. Like, why are you using AI, my nigga? Just make music.
we'd all agree no one wants to listen to robots rapping. If it sounds as good as Rather Lie though, for example, it's a little easier to tolerate. But while of course Carti and his team are gonna keep denying the use of AI, besides Playboi Carti simply being just too lazy to record, many suspect it's his record label Universal Music who is the one behind the scenes encouraging him to do this, trying to test the waters and see how much they can get away with using AI. Considering that the CEO of UMG was literally named to the most powerful people in artificial intelligence list last year due to UMG's multiple partnerships with new AI companies in 2024, including this interesting one here with SoundLabs, which allows artists to, quote, create custom vocal models that will be available for their exclusive creative use cases, and not available to the general public. The evidence just continues to pile up. However, before we can answer if Playboi Carti actually used AI on his new album or not, unfortunately the rumors date back even further, to one of my favorite songs of last year. One look at the credits here for...
They're saying that Timeless is AI too, chat. They're saying all the biggest ones are AI. What y'all think, bro? Ever since I was a kid, knew I was the shit. I knew it sounded a little off. AI though? I was thinking maybe somebody wrote it for him. Ever since I was a kid, knew I was the shit. I knew it wasn't Cardi for some reason.
For Timeless on the Weeknd's official website, and you will instantly notice something odd. Playboi Carti is not credited at all as a writer, nor is his government name, Jordan Carter, anywhere to be found. As the pair's second ever collaboration following Popular, Playboi Carti and The Weeknd's new single Timeless released back in September of 2024. However, to again much disappointment, it is now widely believed that, despite hearing what sounds like his voice, Playboi Carti himself might have never even touched this song.
That Timeless single from the latest Weeknd album, a lot of fans of Playboi Carti.
They're talking about he never even touched the song, gang. That's crazy work. He never even touched it. Like, he didn't even put his voice and then put it in the... It's just straight AI?
Even some of his real hardcores are saying that that verse and his vocals are AI.
It's all made with Lawson. I know like 3 people who know Lawson. He's like 100% done their vocals.
According to Twin, as well as half of Carti's fanbase, Timeless is actually AI. But is it really possible that Playboi Carti used AI on a Billboard #3 hit? And who even is this Lawson guy anyway? Timeless, The Weeknd and Playboi Carti by me and the guys. Shout out to OG Volta and the family, reads this post by Keith Lawson. Or, as we can see here, again in the official Timeless credits, not the ones on Genius because anyone can edit those, Devon Chisholm, which is Lawson's real name. Unlike Twin, who has no real connection to Carti and his team, Lawson is actually someone who's been confirmed to be affiliated. Aside from his credit on Timeless, Lawson also works very closely with OG Volta, who is one of Carti's go-to producers. And keep that name in mind too, because, too likely no coincidence, OG Volta has produced all 3 of the Playboi Carti tracks which are rumored to be AI. But Lawson, meanwhile, has other experience in the industry too, helping write for mainstream names, such as Bryson Tiller and Tizo Touchdown, as well as he even had this reference demo that leaked for Kanye West's Vultures 1.
I'm trying to something right now. That little hoe, she getting smacked, she getting aight now.
Lawson is so unknown to the general public, but he's really a star in the industry right now, one fan comments. Now, it's important for us to note that ghostwriting and getting help with writing lyrics is quite common in the music industry with even the biggest names. However, it's also important to note that even if an artist doesn't actually write their lyrics, as long as they still record vocals themselves, they typically get credited too. But again, that's not the case here with Playboi Carti, which I guess would make sense if he didn't pick up a microphone. We do see, though, that The Weeknd, aka Abel Tesfaye, is indeed credited
Mike
right
Dean's
here,
on there.
only playing into our evidence at
Mike
hand.
Dean's not
The
going...
Weeknd's verse is obviously...
Mike Dean is not fucking with no AI. At least I wouldn't think Mike Dean would do that, bro. Mike Dean's like that guy. He's that creative nigga. If you know Mike Dean, you know exactly what I'm saying, bro. There's no way Mike Dean's gonna fuck with AI. You think? Please, Mike Dean.
The AI, and so is Carti's, but it seems like in the final version they just use the exact same verse for Carti and just kind of like up the mixing a little bit.
Since I was a chick, no, I was a shit. Oh, just trying to get clicked.
Thanks to this reference track you just heard, that leaked 2 days prior to Timeless's release, it was obvious that, similar to Twin's technique, both Playboi Carti and The Weeknd had been using AI vocal filters of their own voice to put over reference tracks. Reference tracks that were said to be recorded by Lawson. For more proof of Lawson's work with Playboi Carti and his team, we can also look to the Real Music leak last year. What was initially thought by fans to be a new Carti leak that surfaced onto the internet, but turned out to be AI. And according to Caskets, who is one of hip-hop's biggest leakers, the original file name was allegedly titled Lawson Carti 5, Picture Blocked, showing us that again, Lawson had been the one working and recording these AI references for Carti. And not only was Real Music also produced by OG Volta, but then as we heard, Lawson actually played a snippet of this Real Music track on his Instagram, but with just his real voice, before any of the Carti AI effects had been added. This short snippet confirmed to us that the leak was indeed Lawson's voice. And it makes sense that Lawson would have an extremely similar sound and flow to Playboi Carti, an artist himself making his own music on the side. Although Lawson hasn't released any songs in a while, you can definitely hear the similarities very clear, fueling these theories even further.
This ain't looking good for Carti. Why Mike Dean wouldn't use AI? If you know who Mike Dean is, bro, he wouldn't use AI though. He wouldn't use it.
Oh my god, if you listen to his music, it's like such a dead giveaway. It's like the same person recording the two songs. Lawson also has a bit of an accent, and he like does more singing than Carti. He's doing a little too much vocalizing for that to actually be him.
But although Lawson himself has never confirmed using AI on any songs, likely due to having signed NDAs, to me though, this honestly sounds like a great use of artificial intelligence in music. Like, if you are gonna use reference tracks, you might as well then throw an AI over them to sound more realistic like the artist they're for.
Okay, so maybe he was making reference tracks. He came up with the method that's like, if I'm gonna make a method track or whatever, a reference track, I'm gonna put it through the AI filter just to make it sound more like them, just so they can see what I'm talking about. Maybe that's the case. But then the case is seeming like they're using the whole AI in general. Like, they're using his whole shit. And they're not even going in and recording themselves. He said Playboi Carti ain't even touch the mic. So it was just this nigga? That can't be it, bro.
However, the problem then comes though when you combine an AI that sounds almost identical with an artist who realizes they no longer have to do an inch of work, and it definitely becomes a slippery slope.
But what I guess happened is he probably heard Timeless, like Carti heard Timeless and was like, look, I don't even need to record on this. This is good enough.
Just by listening to how weird the AI demo sounded for The Weeknd, and then how much it had changed for the final release, it was obvious he had went back and re-recorded his vocals, thus landing him a credit on the song. Take a listen to the comparison between the Timeless AI leak versus the final release.
So I'm thinking The Weeknd went back and recorded his shit, and Playboi Carti was just like, fuck it, just leave it how it is.
Ever since I was a jit, knew I was a shit. Shawty keep on to come round, she wanna get hit. She in the sky, had have a cat, fish out the church.
Honestly, it's pretty hard to deny. However, you may still be thinking, how do we even know that the leaked demo was real? Well, if you don't want to believe this random DM floating around claiming that Timeless is AI, and I don't blame you, to help prove the demo's legitimacy, first came this snippet of French-American model Lucas Sabat playing an early version of the demo, without any ad-libs 2 weeks before it released. I'm not gonna play you guys the snippet for copyright reasons, but that wasn't all. Shortly after, Playboi Carti's producer, Filthy, then also played the clearly AI snippet of the song during one of his DJ sets.
Filthy playing it. The other nigga, I don't know him, but Filthy, that's evidence. That's valid evidence.
Basically confirming that the demo we had heard was legit. So, with the theory running that Playboi Carti simply thought Lawson's AI-filtered voice sounded good enough to officially release, despite the AI evidence stacked up high against him, again, Timeless peaked all the way at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. And after witnessing the major success of this single, at least according to Kirko, Playboi Carti's AI usage was just getting started. When Carti's third album Music finally released in March, all fans wanted to hear was him rapping. A pretty reasonable request for a rap album, right?
Yes.
Turns out some fans were let down. As one of the instant standouts and still the most popular song from the project, Carti's track 8, Rather Lie featuring The Weeknd, is now his latest release to be called out for AI.
This is crazy. I'd rather lie. This is crazy. I'd rather lie than
If Rather Lie is AI, which it 99% is, I let Lawson win this time, reads this Reddit post with over 500 upvotes. As of this video, the full official production credits for Music have not been released. So while there's no way for us to know exactly how much Lawson was truly involved, but considering what we just learned and Playboi Carti's alleged past use of AI with The Weeknd on Timeless, and considering that Rather Lie here's some of the best singing vocals we'd heard from Carti in years, many fans believe this is another Lawson-filtered track. But in an effort to then add more realism, as Twin told me from his own experience, after plugging Lawson's vocals through the AI filter, Carti likely then goes back and adds real ad-libs himself to polish off the track.
AI is really hard to do ad libs because especially.
Yo. He lets the nigga do the AI and he adds the ad libs, puts the final cherry on top of the fucking the shit. He put the final cherry on the shit. That's like the nigga putting the salt on top of it and presenting the plate like he cooked it. He presenting the plate like he cooked it when all he did was put some final salt and pepper.
Especially with him, he's like yelling and like he's just like kind of screaming, so it'd mess up. I wouldn't doubt he does the ad libs for real.
Whether the ad-libs are real or not is still up in the air, but the rumors don't stop there, as the very next song on the album is also said to be AI. Titled Fine Shit, besides fans noting the very similar voice being used as in the other previous
Now that's my favorite song off the album. I guess it's AI.
tracks, it's believed that only certain parts of Fine Shit are AI though, and not the entire song.
It's so weird. It switches halfway through.
Bro, this gives me AI vibes. Crazy comment, but like, this gives me AI vibes. This sounds like an AI song out here on TikTok.
Fine Shit and Rather Lie are the only two songs off Music rumored to be AI assisted. However, again, Carti and his team continue to argue the opposite. Bro, I watched that man record his verse, typed back Michi, one of the two members who make up the opium duo Homicide Gang, in response to a fan claiming that
What?
Sadly Rather Lie was.
Hold on, am I just figuring out that she loves Michi? The nigga who the nigga who used to hit them folks is one of the members of Homicide Gang? What? The nigga who used to dance?
You niggas got called. Work on my wrist, cooking the fish. I am no chef, but I'm serving the dish. Wrong with that set, then my niggas gon' bliss. It's white in the pot, but you know it's not grit. They need the dope, they having the eat. Also the Jenny, I'm gritting they wish.
That's insanity.
Is AI. In an attempt to also debunk the AI claims, you'll often see fans point to this tweet right here by the legendary Mike Dean, stating,
Thank you. Thank you. Mike Dean is not doing AI music, nigga. I don't do AI music. They tricked this nigga. How did they get this nigga to do AI in his cabin? How?
stating that he doesn't do AI music when asked about Kanye and Carti possibly using it. As the frequent engineer of both, and actually the one who mixed Timeless. But, although it says right here, mixed by Mike Dean, if you scroll a little bit lower though, Playboi Carti's vocals mixed by Marcus Fritz.
It's AI. That's my opinion, chat.
It's aka Fritz Owens. So, is it possible then that Mike Dean just got sent the already finished and mixed Carti AI vocals, and had no idea that they weren't real?
I think that they're taking advantage of his age a little bit and just telling him that it's real. He's just gonna believe it, fight for his life.
Auto-tune, you feel like is AI as well?
Exactly. It's in the same family. Now the vocals that people like stay away from AI. It's a more negative reaction than auto-tune.
Possibly drawing inspiration from his former close friend, Kanye West, who I already dove into his love for AI in a previous video. But unlike Kanye, Carti is yet to officially confirm his use of artificial intelligence, leaving the final verdict up to us. With one of the most unique vocal deliveries in all of hip-hop, this only adds to the difficulty in determining the truth. Thus, as of this video, only Playboi Carti and his team know the 100% facts. However, after reviewing all of the evidence we did, there is no denying one thing.
Auto-tune is AI? I can't agree with that. I know some niggas who can't sound good with auto-tune. But the way AI is doing it is like to the next level, I guess. Auto-tune's like a very, very low level AI. Like very, very, very low level. You know?
AI is just getting started in hip hop.
Oh yeah, people are gonna start. Like, I think this is gonna cause like an entire like flood of it, if anything. And it might be good, it might be bad. I don't know, but I know it's gonna put a lot of people out of their jobs.
Well, chat. Let me know down in the comments below if you think Playboi Carti does AI. I'm gonna say, yeah. Sadly, it should probably AI.